loving you.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If this is your first time, you're welcome. If you have been watching but you're still contemplating whether to subscribe or not, what are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a video, and subscription is free. Like I promised you last time I made a video about Commonwealth of Zion Assembly Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo. There has been an update because right now another person has came out to accuse him of rape again. Anyway, before I dive into that, I want to quickly talk about what happened after I made that video. There was a mixed feeling. Some people that are his church member, they said Abusola Dakolo is lying, and I don't think she has any reason. Like I said before, she doesn't have any reason to come out and lie out, disgrace herself, her family, her children, her husband. And like I told you before, her children are going to come across this video in the near future. So what has she stand to gain? To lie about those things? I don't know, the story might not really add up the way people are expecting it, but I think it's the way she tells the story, because sometimes the way we put our stories, more or less like the way I run a commentary, is different from the way another person will run it, because we think differently. At the same time, he is innocent until proven guilty. Long story short, there was a protest all over his churches in Nigeria. Abuja, Port Harcourt, in every city is there. This church, there was a protest, and some are peaceful, some they kind of get into a bit of argument with church members. And the last one I'm going to show you is the one that really appalled me the most, because it's kind of really out of what they are there to do. Anyway, I will leave you to watch, then I will come back with the rest of my commentary.
Fatoyinbo can do. The man is a cultist, he's a criminal, he can never change. He has always been, he will always be a bad person. The Coza people are mobilizing these hoodlums here. Most of them are laborers. They are just gathering them in numbers so that they can infiltrate us and cause trouble. This is what Fatoyinbo can do. See, they are giving them drink, and they've given them money earlier before I started videoing it. They just brought them drinks now. They have given see, they are sharing money. I wish I can go closer. See, that's one of the church members. No, it's not a church member. It's a premium time reporter. Okay. It's a premium times reporter. Okay, no problem. His name is Samuel Ogundipe. I just saw him. That's what they are doing. See, they are mobilizing. They are giving them money. Look at it. Yes. They are giving them money now. They are sharing money to them so that they can come and infiltrate and create mayhem. This is what Fatoyinbo can do. The man is a cultist, he's a criminal, he can never change. Always be.
Like you see, those are the clips of the Protestants. They went like all different churches. I just play all the clips. I think it's from different branches all over Nigeria. However, you can see in the last clip where some people are just, I don't know, what they did is just preposterous. If truly somebody paid some miscreants to be displaying "we love our pastor" or whatever, because it doesn't look like a church member to me, it's so absurd that they could do that. Anyway, moving on, I want you to watch this last clip and I want to hear your thoughts and opinion specifically about this clip I want to play for you, because it bothers me a lot to see this.
Shame on you! 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 We are not touching them. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Rape apologies. Rape enabler. Shame on you. 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 Shame.
I think it is ludicrous that church members are embarrassed like this. It's not what it is, like excessive to me. What's the church members' business with Biodun Fatoyinbo's business? Because this thing is, people want to worship God. You need to separate house of God from a man of God. It's two different things, because what you're doing is like harassing these people, not allowing them to go and worship, and even despite the struggle they went in there to worship God, they are coming out and you are telling them shame on them. They are not the one that raped Busola Dakolo. It's not their fault that Busola Dakolo get raped by someone that called himself a man of God. So I found this so disturbing that people are not able to separate a man of God from a house of God. And I would like to hear your thought about this last clip. Anyway, I'm going to move on right now and I'm going to talk about the new one that just broke today of this lady that refused to show her face, but she narrated her own ordeal as well with Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo. I'm just going to show you a snippet of where she narrated the main ordeal, because the video is like an hour 27 minutes, but I actually watched the whole thing and I've drawn a bit of conclusion after watching this as well. I want you to watch the snippet and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Well, he had asked me to meet him at the house on Thursday morning. And I went there. It was supposed to be, the usual, go there, take instructions, or to either do this for church or go do that for us personally, and then go do whatever needed to be done. I like to say that at this time, I considered him to not just be a mentor, but he was someone who I regarded as a father figure.
Did you hear that? A father figure, a trusting position. Continue watching.
Then everything pretty much moved quickly from there, because he started trying to pull me into a hug, and then of course they're trying to kiss me, which I found shocking. It was I don't know, maybe one of the most shocking things that I've had to experience, because I've known this man for such a long time. I'd known him not just as a mentor, but as a spiritual leader. I've heard him preach, I've heard him talk about, God, and there I was about to witness what would seem like the complete opposite of everything that I thought that this person stood for. So yeah, all I can remember is saying, you can't do that, you can't do that, you have to stop. Like, I remember telling him to stop, like, continuously, while he started taking, while he started going at my, because I had this navy blue high waist trouser on. I can never forget. Yeah, so so that happened, and he started to take that off, and then, I remember trying to fight him off. It was a couch. There was, I don't know, even if there was anything that I could grab, I don't know if I thought to grab anything, to be honest. Maybe I was too shocked, maybe, I don't know. I remember I kept on asking him to stop, and that he just kept going. And then, he had taken off my button, and then my zipper was down, and then my trouser was down. And then he had one hand, holding me back to the couch, and then another hand, like right up in my pants. I think at that point, I pretty much just knew what was about to happen. And I don't know, for someone who maybe had to fight off a lot of, I'd had to fight from maybe when I was a teenager. I've had to maybe fight sexual abuse on some level or the other. That's what women practically do. I just felt like I had put myself in this place. I started to feel like, okay, I'm just going to hope that this person, remembers that they are supposed to be my boss and my spiritual. Because everything I kept saying obviously wasn't working. I kept telling him to stop. I remember he kept saying, relax, just relax, just relax. If you know him, then you know that he's very, he can be weak. Now when I think about it, I think he's a very weak person. But he also has that appearance of strength. It's like one of the things that he has going for him. So, I remember him, he didn't flinch. He wasn't moved. He obviously wasn't going to stop or anything. He just kept saying, just relax, like this will soon be over, just relax. And so after that he just pretty much took off his pants and then did what he wanted to. And as soon as that was over and he saw that I had already started crying, I had tears. I wasn't shouting or anything at this point. I was just, I know that we tell people not to blame themselves, but the first thing that happens is that you blame yourself because, you brought yourself here. And so I think it was what was going on in my mind at that time. And when it was done, it just said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Like he started to apologize. So he flipped from the sweet, amazing person who was my mentor to the person who I could barely recognize.
Listen, one thing you need to know. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, the truth is established.
I did not. However, he is innocent until proven guilty. This is my take in all of this. Number one, I will first address a lot of people saying Busola Dakolo wants to destroy this man, like this one wants to destroy this man. Why is he the only one a lot of people are out to destroy? He's not the only popular pastor. He's not the only rich pastor. He might be the only swag pastor. He might be the only Gucci pastor. But however, it's not the only popular pastor or even the most popular pastor in Nigeria. I don't understand why people are going to frame him up. I don't know, it might not be a rape, but at the same time, nobody is going to cry rape if you don't walk towards rape. They are not going to shout that you raped them. That's one thing I want you to know. And it's so hard for rape victims to come out. So Busola Dakolo coming out, like I said, he helped a lot of people to also reveal their story, talk about their story, and started healing process from right there, because a lot of all these people spewing rubbish about a victim is because it doesn't involve your family directly, your sister, your mother, or anybody you are very close to. Then you can know the trauma it leaves with the victim. Aside from society blaming victim for what happened to them, they also blame themselves, and that is part of the reason they don't even like to come out to tell anyone that this so person raped me. It's still all alleged, and I'm going to quickly address that interview. Number one, the lady mentioned how close she was to the family. She was really close to them. She used to tutor their kids. She worked with them. So they are very, very close, and the closeness started from the pastor's wife, whom they called Pastor Omodele. So she was saying that they don't really allow people into their family like that, especially their children. Like they don't let church member or whoever to get really close to the family. Like their family are guided, which is quite understandable. I understand why they will guide their family. That's what I said in my previous video. When perpetrator acts a certain way, it looks to me like a grooming. You groom young girls, you groom whoever you want to make your victim, you groom them, then you do what you have to do. Because you know by then they let me not use scared of you. They are kind of like trust you so much that when this thing happens, is like a shock to them. They can't even shout or make noise or do anything because people will be like, somebody you've been praising in front of me for a while now. That's why I always say it. A lot of people, a lot of Nigerians, they have replaced God with pastor. You don't have to replace God with any pastor. Not Nigerians alone. I think it's African countries at large. Most of them have replaced God with pastors. I don't understand what is going on with people. If you want to know about God, read the Bible for God's sake. Anyway, that's my number one point, is the grooming part, which I said in my previous video as well, because this lady was very comfortable with her family. It's not her first time going to the home. So I don't know that day she went. She didn't mention where the wife was, but I'm thinking, where is the wife in all of this? And that takes me to my second point. This is like the fourth, maybe third person that I know of, which is Esewata Bukola Dakolo. And now, where is the wife in all of this? I don't understand. Does the wife doesn't know anything about all this, or she is just ignorant to it, or she just decided to not say anything, or she's a co-conspirator in all of this, or she is in on it and they are using it for something. I don't know. It's a lot of question like pondering in my mind that where is the wife in all of this? I would like to hear your thoughts as well about this, because that is what is actually making me go. I don't know, because I keep asking myself, where is the wife? Does the wife not have a clue what the husband is doing? Because this accusation is like, it's like getting out of hand, and you're not saying anything. That is my second thing. And the third one is, the story looks so similar to the extent that the way she described it is like the way Pusola Dakolo described her own. It's as if both of them talked about this thing. Like, same way the pastor said, don't worry, you will be fine. To me, it looks like someone that has a huge ego. Like his ego is huge than his future. He believes so much in himself. He believes so much in his ability. Or maybe his look is deceiving him. Even if you are the most handsome pastor or the most handsome man on earth, not every lady will want you. That is what a lot of these people do. Because I'm trying to understand it. If they are accusing you of rape and you're saying you didn't do this, number one, you are not the only pastor in Nigeria. You are not the only popular pastor. So why is it only you they are pointing this accusation finger at? I am just asking because I don't seem to understand what is going on and why you are the only one. All these female are coming out to accuse at the same time. I don't understand why you are like too close to female church member. I don't care whether they work for you or they don't work for you. I don't understand why you will be inviting them to your home to be like one of your family member, because this thing, it doesn't look right. It doesn't sit right with me. That's it. It doesn't sit right with me. Even if I try to not uh, if I try to look at it another way, like, oh, maybe it's true they are lying, but it doesn't seem to me that they have any reason to lie against Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo. But at the same time, we still have to keep it as alleged, because he released a message like I told you on Sunday, and it was about we, and I said it's not we, it's you. The message is directed towards you and not towards the whole church. If truly his wife is aware of all these things and she is aiding and abetting him in all of this, she is even worse than him, because as a female she should know how it hurts and how bad the trauma could be in someone's life. What do you guys think with all of this? Because this story is just too messy. Because for me, what I'm thinking, if truly he does all this thing, I think he needs to seek for forgiveness from God. And seriously, people need to put this man in prayer, because it doesn't seem normal. How can you, if truly he does all this thing, does it look normal to you? Like a pastor will be raping serially? I don't get it. Now I heard that Busola Dakolo has filed charges against him. So we'll see where it ends. I want to hear all your thoughts and opinion about all these messy stories. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section below, and I will see you in my next video. And please don't forget, subscribe and share if you like the video, and thumbs it up. Bye.